Hi everyone, and welcome to one of our first legal reach out tutorials. I assure you it's going to be a very interesting tutorial. It's going to be very educative, very informative, and it's not meant for a particular cluster of people but for every Zambian. So if you're residing in Zambia right now, it may be you are a person coming from another country and you are here to visit. You're also bound by these laws. So today we'll be talking about a question that most of our followers have been asking us to assist with the answer. So today on this first tutorial, like I said, it's going to be very interesting. We're going to answer the question, what are bailable offenses in Zambia? So I'll answer this question with the aid of legal authorities. So what are bailable offenses? What are bailable offenses? So I have my penal code right here with me, hard copy penal code, but I couldn't get the soft copy, the hard copy penal code, the hard copy criminal procedure code rather. That's cap 88 of the laws of Zambia. So I have a soft copy of the CPC, that's criminal procedure code, chapter 88 of the laws of Zambia, and I also have the case of Rosemary Chilufya versus the people, 1986 Zambian Supreme Court case, case rather. So I'm going to use these three authorities to answer the question, what are bailable offenses in Zambia. So I'll be reading so that everyone understands, but I would recommend you download or get the penal code, this particular laws that I have, and the case that I'm mentioning. You can also access that case online, so you can just search for Zambia Lie there and just type that case. It will definitely come, and then you can download for you to read the full case. I'm sure it's just it's not that much of uh, um, uh, much of things to read. So we're going to start with looking at what bailable offenses is provided in the laws. So we're going to look at criminal procedure code. That's section 123, section 123 of the criminal procedure code. So it provides for bailable offenses as follows. So let me read. When any person is arrested or detained or appears before or is brought before a subordinate court, the High Court or Supreme Court, he may, at any time while he is in custody or at any stage of the proceedings before such court, be admitted to bail upon providing a surety or sureties sufficient, in the opinion of the police officer concerned or court, to secure his appearances or be released upon his own recognizance if such officer or court thinks fit. So provided that any person charged with, that's a provided that any person charged with murder, treason, or any other offenses carrying a possible or mandatory capital penalty, misprision of treason or treason felony or aggravated robbery, theft of motor vehicle, if such person has previously been convicted of theft of motor vehicle, shall not be granted bail by either a subordinate court, the High Court or Supreme Court, or be released by any police officer. So if you look at section 123 subsection 1 of the Criminal Procedure Code, chapter 88 of the laws of Zambia, it provides for particular offenses that do not have a bail available to them, so to say. So if a person commits those particular offense, that's murder as provided on section 200, they may not be granted a bail. If a person commits treason, which if you read from section 40 to section 45 of the penal code, it provides for treason, misprision of treason felony. So read those sections. So for misprision of treason, you can read section 44 of the Penal Code. For treason, you can read section 40, and then for treason felony, you can read section 45 of the Penal Code. So if you commit these offenses, you cannot be granted a bail. And also, if you look at further on section 123 subsection 1 2, it provides for misprision of treason, of which I've provided the particular sections, provisions. And then aggravated robbery as well. So aggravated robbery, which is provided on section 294 of the Penal Code. So read those offenses for you to know. So if you commit aggravated robbery, you may not be granted with a bail. Murder, that is provided on section 200. If you commit the offense of murder, you are facing, so let me say you commit the offense of murder, or you are in the courts of law for a charge of murder, then you may not be granted a bail. So if you commit any of these, or you are in a court of law facing a charge of any offenses provided on section 123 of the Criminal Procedure Code, you may not be granted a bail. However, if you look at the case of Chilufya, Rosemary Chilufya versus the people, you'll find to say in this case there was an argument that came to say infanticide, which is provided on section 203, as because it lies on the same footing as murder, then someone should not be granted bail. However, in this case, there is a principle which is binding, and a principle which was set in this case. So according to criminal, so this is what the court said. I want to record this in a few minutes, so I'll be hurrying up. So this is what the court said in the Criminal Procedure Code. Offenses that are bailable. So according to our Criminal Procedure Code, all offenses are bailable except treason, murder, and offenses under the State Security Act, if so certified by the Director of Public Prosecutor. So if someone says the offense of infanticide is not bailable, well, by law it is bailable. So if you're facing a charge of infanticide, you can be granted a bail. However, those offenses provided on section 123 of the Criminal Procedure Code, then if you're facing any charge of those, you cannot be granted a bail.